Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to see the Unit 5, small topic regarding inventory controls and techniques has been uh, will be discussed today, and we are going to recap the yesterday's topics. Can anybody unmute and say whether you are going to see the screen?
Yes, sir. We are.
It's come. So we have systems of inventory controls. That is the main systems inventory controls or perpetual inventory, that is automatic inventory system, and double bin perpetual system. So here perpetual system, that what it means is the control of inventories while in storage is affected through what is known as perpetual inventory. So here we have two things: perpetual inventory, that is automatic inventory, and double bin system. So I think this line has come on the top. Perpetual inventory system, the control of inventories while in storage is affected through what is known as perpetual inventory. So in that we have two main functions. One is recording the store receipts and issuing so as to determine at any time the stock in hand and in terms of quantity or value, or both, without the need of an physical count of the stock. Continuous verification of physical stock with reference to the balance recorded in the store records at any frequency as convenient to the management. So these are the two functions we have. One is recording, one is verification. That is in perpetual inventory. The perpetual inventory system consists of bin cards and store ledgers. Yesterday I have said this is a recap for that. Bin card. Bin card implies a document which records the quantity of material received and issued to the remain in the stores. So a card on that, a column will be there like quantity material received and issued, what is the balance. Like in wise we are going to write, I think in traditional classrooms, that is offline classes, we used to write the present, absent, and the total on the board, P, A, T, and we are going to make columns and write. Means how many people are present and how many are absent, how much total we have in that particular class. In the same manner, here bin code implies a document which records the quantity of material received by issue to and remained in the source. Means material inflows, then outflows, then balance. Stores ledger is a ledger account, accounting record that maintains the record of transit of goods in and out the stores, both in quantitative and monetary terms. So, stores ledger, a typical store ledger format, you can see on the screen. That is material code, that specifies. Yesterday we have seen the earlier classes, that is codification. The code of that particular item will be written over there, and bin number will be written, and material description and location and maximum quantity, minimum quantity, ordering quantity will be written, and the date, GR number, some say SR number they will write. So the quantity and rate, amount, quantity, rate, amount, and quantity, rate, amount. On the broad columns, you check that is receipts, that is the receiving of items, issues we are sending out, and that is balance, quantity, rate, and amount, which is so there was a network disturbance, I think. Again, I'm going to share the screen. So the network we lost when we were explaining about this stores ledger. Can anyone see this stores ledger format on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the broadly there are the receipts we have, and issues we have, balance we have. So that we are going to report according to this format. In accounting, we are going to use this stores ledger mostly for seeing this transit of goods and items. That is how many are in received and how many are being issued. These things we are going to see on this ledger, and the balance also you can see. So that was the bin card and store ledger. Now you see the difference between a bin card and the stores ledger. Stores ledger, it is a record of both quantity and value, and bin card, it is a record of quantity only. In bin card only we are going to see the quantity, but here in stores ledger we are going to record the value of that particular item. It is maintained by the cost clerk, and here storekeeper is going to maintain. You can see that a clerk is a professional who is going to make uh, these decisions, and he is going to record well because he is well educated, so he is going to take value also. But here storekeeper is less professional and less qualified by the clerk, so he is going to maintain only quantities. That is the concept over there. It is kept in cost office and it is attached to the bin. While attached to the bin, why doesn't we need a cost or the value of that item? So in that bin code, you can see that only how much quantity is in that particular store and how much it is there. That details we are going to see on the bin. So the difference between the bin card and the store's ledger, it differs in the maintenance of that particular professional or an individual, and the main thing of that store ledgers is entries are made by the cost clerk, and here entries are made by the storekeeper, and entries are made on the basis of documents like goods received, note, material requisition, and invoice. They are going to see the cash bills and they are going to write. But here entries are made on the basis of actual quantity received and issued. They are going to manually check how many are there, then they are going to write on that. Next, posting were made after the transactions. The postings are made before the transactions here. Here, clerk is going to write after the transaction, but here we need to, because while taking, they are going to check in the manual way and they are going to write. Transactions are periodically recorded, and here individual transactions are recorded. Interdepartmental transactions are recorded for costing purpose, and the interdepartmental transfers are not shown over here. So facilitates physical verification of closing stock, and here facilitates physical verification of closing stock. So both they are going to check the closing stock. So this is broad difference between stores ledger and a bin coin. So why this we have to study means this comes in our perpetual inventory. That is, perpetual inventory system has two kinds, that is bin cards and store ledger, and this is the structure of the store's ledger, and this is the difference between store ledger and a bin card system. Next, we are going to see the double bin system. Already in the next last class I have explained what is double bin system, and I also have taken an example of the municipal people, that is a Swachh Bharat. They are going to maintain two bin systems. Bin system is used to establish a connection between the order and reorder procedures. As mentioned above, from the point of view procedure, uneven supply of stock and odd consumption is not very healthy. Such uneven is sorted by two bin system. In such a system, the stock is sorted into two bins or piles. The first stock, bin number one, is the larger of the two and used up between the time period that lasts for the purchase of still reorder. The second stock, bin 2, can be used from time when the reorder is placed till the order is actually received. The second stock has a considerable amount of standby that can be used for emergency. So here two bins they are going to place in a floor, and which bin order for receiving they are going to chit making, or they are going to fill some items in that in bin, and after that they will be using this. First bin will be a bigger one and the small bin will be this second one will be the smaller. So it is a standby. So if you want to use what you call items also in the first bin, after finishes we will be using the second bin till the second bin is used, the first bin should be filled. So that is another type, that is the two bin system. So this is how we are going to control the inventory, that is stocking, overstocking, how we are going to control. So we have another management techniques in inventory, that is in inventory of an industrial organization consists of hundreds and even thousands of items having widely varying cost, usage and lead time, together with procurement and our technical problems. It's neither desirable or possible to exercise the same degree of control over all these items. So it is hectic for an inventory manager to control all the items with a different codes, different classifications, a number of items, huge number we have. The management should pay more attention to items whose usage value is high and less attention to the having the low usage value. So the usage value plays a vital role here, in which we are going to concentrate on. The organization should therefore be selective in its approach towards the inventory control, and techniques used are called selective inventory techniques. So here we are going to have different types of these what you call techniques we have, in which we are going to uh, manage and control this particular inventories. So in that management of selective approach toward this control and managing this particular inventory, we have so many techniques that we are going to see now. Next slide shows the inventory control method. In order to control the consumption of materials within a given production house, cost accountant resort to different inventory control methods. Some effective inventory control methods are explained in the following paragraph. According to the second international accounting standard, that is IAS 2, inventories are list of items in the stock and are valued at a price lower than the net realizable cost. Instead, producer's logic is very realistic because a stock is always valued less than the net realizable, and in addition to that, overconsumption of stock, uncontrolled wastage, delayed in stock supply, and unaccounted stock add to the production expenditure. So, as if you are not going to be accountable to all the what we have the stock with us, what it happens means overconsumption may be there, or not controlled wastage may be there, and delayed stock supply also we can see, and some stock may be unaccounted, which leads to our losses. So, and it may increase the production expenditure also. So thus the basic motive of implementing inventory control methods is what he says, that is importance of inventory control methods. Why we have to go for a inventory control methods is to minimize wastage and over consumption, that is one, and to keep a good and even flow of intakes and issue of stock. And the art of costing probability originated during the world wars, when wars profiteers realized that controlling an expenditure even before it is incurred is much more profitable, as saves a lot of resources. So the people are behind reduction in the cost, avoiding the cost, and they want to minimize the cost, that is cost reduction they have to do even before it is incurred. So demerits of financial accounting, which aims at just recording the transactions after they have taken place. So after taking place, if you are going to record, then what we can do, can we make any changes, or can we make any modifications, or after transactions means already we have bought this thing, how can we reduce the cost? So before buying, before purchasing, we have to start doing that, or maintaining the stock, we have to do that. So that, what are the measures, how we can control this, that we are going to see now. These are very important things that we have to concentrate while you are going to think of inventory management. So various techniques applied for inventory management are as follows, that is selective inventory controls, that we are going to see in the next slide. Setting the various stock levels, that is the reorder level, minimum stock, zero stock, and maximum level, full tank level, half tank level, minimum stock, safety stock. These all things why we are going to keep the levels means in order to have inventory management. Systems of inventory control and economic order quantity. Economically, we are going to give the order and reorder points and safety stocks, maintenance, application of computers to inventory management, and just-in-time inventory management, and material requirement planning, that is MRP1, inventory auditing also if you're going. So these are the various things we'll be doing in an organization in order to control and manage the inventory. So this a broad idea you need to have. So selective control, how selective, how we are going to control this inventory management. So it's an effective management requires that understanding and knowledge of the nature of inventories, and to gain this understanding, the following analysis and classification techniques are available. This is very important in this particular unit, and it is in the operation management as we have come down the line, that is finishing of our uh, course, that is operation management, the subject. Important lies in these techniques. A manager or an individual or an MBA who has studied this management, inventory management, he should need to know this classification techniques. One, ABC analysis, how to divide the items into A, B, C. Always better control analysis, and this is HML, high, medium, low analysis, XYZ analysis, vital, essential, and discrete analysis, and FSN, fast moving, non moving analysis, and SD analysis, golf analysis, SOS analysis, season, off season analysis. So these are some techniques which are used in classifying the materials and knowing better and making the better control of this inventory. The motive behind these analysis and their classification is to tackle the important aspects more rigorously. Moreover, an equally critical analysis we are going to do, equally critical of all items, will be very expensive and will have a diffused effect regardless of this. So now we are going to see few techniques which are very important and which are covered in the syllabus that we are going to check, and with that we are going to discuss in a few minutes about that. So to know the exactly the main things in this classification techniques, that is ABC, HML, XYZ, VED, and FSN, SDA analysis, GOF analysis, SYS analysis. So I have a quick, um, uh, quick round of view of this, what these techniques mean, and that is what are the abbreviations of this, and how, on what basis they will be working, and what is the main use of that particular inventory classification. The first classification technique is the ABC, that is always better control, and the basis is value of conception, means A items value, second items value, third and so. To control raw materials, components, work in progress, inventories in the normal course of business that we will be using. In the next slides, we are going to see the examples and in-depth what is meant by ABC analysis. So HML, high, medium, low, the unit price of material, we are going to take the basis to classify these particular items. Mainly to control purchases, we are going to use this XYZ. Value of the items in storage, to review the inventories and their uses at scheduled intervals. This chart compulsory, you need to memorize it, and you can use it when in the purchases we are going to use HMI, while in the storage we are going to use XYZ, and we have stocking, vital, essential, desirable, the criticality of the component to determine stocking level of spare parts. Spare parts, if you are going to see the vital, essential, desirable thing, fast moving, slow moving, and non moving item consumption pattern of the components. In some non-moving items will be there, we have to go for some offers and we have to push out them. And slow moving items we have to see the spot moving items, we have to keep availability of those messages. So control obsolescence, consumption pattern of the components. So the consumption levels is the basis how they are going to divide these products is, if it is fast moving means sales are more, then we say they're fast moving, slow moving, the sales are very less, and no sales, that is the no moving, non-moving items. So this basis, that is the consumption pattern of the components. SDE, that is scarce, difficult, easy to obtain. Problems faced in the procurement. Lead time analysis and purchasing strategies. We are going to see scarce items, difficult items, easy to obtain items. We are going to divide, and easy to obtain items, no need to think of planning. Whenever we want, we can get it. Difficult items that we need to plan, and we have to find the supplier, and we have to take some time, and we have to look for the what are the prices, then we have to do the research, and then we have scarce items, then we have to find the source first, where these are available at any cost. We have to buy this because it is very item, is very important, but it is very scarce. Next is government, ordinary, local, foreign resources, sources of materials. If you want to find, we have to use the golf technology, that is not playing of golf. Golf, if I am going to
not wrong, it is a sport. We are going to use a stick and we are going to use a ball. After seeing this golf, I remember that our Hyderabad state, it was not combined into the India, that is the Bharat earlier. We had Nizam rule in this, and they have their own structure of maintenance. They have their own ideology, philosophy, and they have their own things. They were moving around and they were doing this. And at the last, and after 1947, we got an Operation Polo. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has come down, the Iron Man of India, and he has challenged this Nizam, and he has combined this Hyderabad state, a different state, into combined into the United States of India. Have been formed. So it was very late. Everyone got that what you call independence, and after that we have joined. That the operation was kept. The name was Operation Polo. You can see in general studies. You can find this question also coming frequently. Why I am telling this, because I am seeing the golf. It is a sport. So Operation Polo. So we had golf courses. Means those courts were 17 such courts were there in Hyderabad. So they used to play golf and they used to play polo. Polo courts were there. So it was named like that, Operation Polo. So that was a history regarding that Hyderabad. So here golf means government, ordinary, local, foreign sources. That is, the basis is sources of material. If you want to procurement, we have to think either from the government or from ordinary or local or foreign sources. We have to get that item. SOS, seasonal, off seasonal. That is SOS, the nature of supplies, the procurement holding strategies for seasonal items like agriculture products. So this is classification of items. This is the basis when we are going to use that particular technique that I have told. Mostly in our what you call inventory, we will be using ABC, HML, and XYZ, and we HML, ABC, and VED mostly. That levels we are going to study in the next slides. So total it was the ABC is the frequent asked question, and mostly people are using this. That's why they are going to ask this type of question. That is what is meant by ABC analysis. It's a simple and probably the most effective of all stock control methods. It contemplates to classify all the inventory items into three categories based on their usage value. Items of high usage value and smaller number are classified as A. Means high usage value and few. It is called A items and would do strict control on top level management. C items are the large in number but require little capital. Means less capital is needed, like office furniture, office stationery. We can say that pins, all pins, and we have jump clips and tags, staple pins, white papers, like this. A small, large number we need, but little capital we can invest. That is would be better under simple control. Items of moderate value and size of classified as B item would attract reasonable attention of the middle level management. So this is ABC, always better control. Always better control analysis is also known as proportional value analysis. So it has been found. So it is also known as, and it has been found that normal inventory items in the most organizations show following distribution patterns. 5 to 10% of total number of items, accounting to 70 to 80% of annual usage value, and 10 to 20% accounting for about 15 to 20% that annual usage value. 70 to 80% of number of items according to 15 to 10-15% of annual. So here usage value, according to usage value they have classified, that is A items, B items, C items. You can see this slide, ABC analysis of an electrical industry. Number of items percentage is 10-20%, 70%, and here value of items is 80%, 80%, 15%, 5%. So in this graph you can see ABC analysis of electric industry, 10% of items, 80% of value, and there 20% and here 70% of value, that is percentage of items. So like this we are going to divide classification, and we have HML, HML analysis. In this analysis, items are classified on basis of unit cost and said earlier, the values, their usage values as in ABC analysis only. Accordingly, they are classified as high, medium, low. The analysis helps in keeping controlling of consumption of particular products at a department level. XYZ analysis is based on closing inventory values of different items. X items means high inventory values, and Z items are low tied up capital. Y is lying in between. This analysis helps to reduce the capital investment in high value items. So here investment, and we are going to see X class items, Y, Z, efforts to be made for reducing stocks to Z category, and efforts to be made for converting stocks to Y, steps to be taken to disposing of surplus stocks. So this how we are going to do the analysis of XYZ. And last we have VED analysis. VED is vital, essential, desirable analysis used primarily for control of spare parts on the basis of critical nature or relative importance. Spare parts may be classified into three categories, namely vital, essential, desirable. Vital items have extreme criticality. The desirable items are not critical, and essential fall somewhere in between vital and desirable. Vital means very important. Essential means compulsory, we need that. Desirable means if at all we want, we can use. If it is not there also, it does work. It is desirable. So in industries, which industries uses it's like example how they will be using. This is ABC analysis. Libis is a company used ABC analysis in this method. Jeans fall under this category, which contributes 70 to 80% in value. T-shirts and shirts fall under this category, 20 to 24% in value. And caps, belts, shoes fall under this category, contributes 15 to 15% in value. This is ABC analysis of particular Libis store. Next, weight analysis, that is high exports follows FV, that is vitals. Fabric is the vital inventory, and E is the trims or essential inventory. These are the spares and lubricants or desirable inventory. So here it was an example of how the items they have divided. FSN, Kanimera Public Library, Chennai follows FSN. Newspapers are fast moving, issue of books are slow moving, because nowadays the people are not taking any books for reading, so it is slow moving. And then reference books are not moving, they don't move because they are to be kept over there only. Perpetual inventory system, multiplex departmental stores use perpetual inventory system. What are the perpetual inventory system? That is store ledgers and bin cards. They are going to use on one day, on day-to-day basis. Stocks are replenished because they need it. In a two bin system, they are going to use the bins. And periodic inventory system. More supermarket uses periodic inventory system. How much ever is consumed, check and place the order. Time period is fixed and quantity keeps on changing. Double bin system, Kirana stores uses double bin system. Larger quantities of goods are stored in larger bin and the required quantity is transferred into smaller bin for sale. When it gets over, the goods are refilled from the larger bin. That is double bin system. So these are the examples of where it is applied this particular. So if you want recap, you can go back in the recordings, you can see that. So this is the unit 5. What we have covered today is the perpetual inventory store ledger. We have seen bin code system, double bun code system we have seen, and inventory control techniques we have seen, that is selective control techniques like ABC, HML, XYZ, VAD, and we have SOS, SD, and Gold. So they have different bases and they will be using in the industry. And we have seen that is the application part wherein these techniques are used. So we'll call it as a day, and with this we have completed our syllabus of operation management. And I will be sharing this recording, and you people, if you have missed any topic of this particular series of units, you can go back and you can Google it, or you can find in YouTube. These are lectures have been uploaded over there. Type the topic and then you are going to get that lecture. Then you can review these lectures and you can add. So if you have any doubts and if you want any PPT related to the particular thing, you can WhatsApp me. I will be sharing through Google Classroom or the WhatsApp I will be sharing, so that it will be helpful for you to further study. So this time I'm not planning to share any notes because the whole notes have been converted into the slides. So I don't have that. If I want to prepare, then I have to take out all the information from that and then I have to. So this is what we have. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, you